Hey, this is Idea Coaches with Coach Eastron. Weighing in on the weight class is short. This is for UFC on FX7, Vitor Belfort versus Michael Bisping. Real quick, I'd like to recap UFC 155, which I was wrong in my pick for Junior Dos Santos because I had him winning against Cain Velasquez. But I think the way that the fight panned out, no one saw that coming, being a 5-round fight, and JDS just getting manhandled for 5 rounds. So completely wrong about that. However, I was very against all the people saying that JDS is going to defeat him with the betting line being 2-1, which is crazy, just considering who Cain Velasquez is. Also, very quickly with the Strike Force finale, I don't know. I was a little disappointed. There's a lot of bad matchups. There's no reason for Cormier and Barnett to be fighting the people they're facing. I can't even remember their names right now. Ryan Couture did lose, in my mind, to KJ Noons. I just think that they wanted to have a Couture in the UFC, so they gave him the decision. No one felt that Ryan Couture won that fight. But I am happy to see Jacare and Musashi going to the UFC right now. So let's get into my picks for Vitor Belfort versus Michael the Count Bisping. And I like to start to say this. Vitor Belfort is a fighter that has to have the fight go his way to display his skills. And that way, he's kind of like Crocop. If a fighter is scared of him, or Vitor gets to dictate the pace of the fight early on, very few can touch him. And the way that he displays his skills would have onlookers really reconsidering stepping into a professional fighting arena. However, Vitor, like Crocop, has problems when he doesn't dictate the pace and when his opponents are not scared of him. With all of his speed, and let's be honest, it's some scary shit, especially seeing that he has changed weight classes over the years and has been fighting on the big stage since he was, 19, 20 years old. That's nothing short of remarkable. However, with that one-punch KO or fatal fury that he possesses, he, for whatever reason, cannot change the complexion of a fight when his chips are down. He's now facing the Count, Michael Bisping, a man that's been on the cusp of getting the title shot and never quite getting there for quite some time. One of the last real UFC stars to come out of the Ultimate Fighter series, and that's sad when you consider the fact that he won the contest back in Season 3. For the better part of his 205 run, his mouth was doing a lot of the work while having favorable matchups. There was a hiccup with his rival, Matt Hamill, and then there was a loss to Evans, he who would later go on to win the 205 belt for a brief period of time. Now at middleweight, he's a lot faster without giving up too much strength. Many thought that Chael Sonnen was just going to walk through Michael Bisping. Ended up watching Sonnen admit that Michael got the better of him in the post-fight press conference at UFC Fox 2. Unlike other Europeans that in the past had trouble with the grappling aspect of MMA, Michael has just enough to stifle non-strikers, at least to give him a decent shot at winning the fight, when put up against high-class grapplers. The Evans fight was a lot closer than most remember. The question is this: can the Count put pressure on hard enough in the early going to make sure that the lion version of Beaufort doesn't come out? I'm going to have to say no. Unless this fight goes the distance, which I doubt because Michael does get tagged, and he's going against a sniper in the striking department, I also do not think that Bisping would just circle around for 2 rounds until Vitor gets frustrated. Outside of Anderson Silva himself, I cannot see a worse matchup for Michael. It saddens me because I've been a fan of the Count since his days on The Ultimate Fighter. I would like to see him and the Spider face off before Anderson Silva walks into the sunset. I have Vitor Belfort within the first 8 minutes.